With glorious purpose.
Glorious purpose. Ah!
What you're going to hear about today is nothing short of a miracle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pubstomp, a podcast about games, TV shows, movies, and pop culture in general. Every episode, we discuss topics that we find interesting. Come join our shenanigans.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Pubstomp Podcast. Today, finally, Tyler's back from the depths of the desert. Actually, he was always been in the desert, so he's not gone anywhere. We're going to be talking about Aquaman, finally. The one by... what's the director's name?
You respect Shape of Water, okay?
The Shape of Water. Yeah, not Aquaman. But anyway, we're talking about that. We're waiting for Tyler for us to join us here so we can talk about this properly because it's been requested by Mexy. Anyway, with that, what's up, Tyler?
Yeah, thanks for having me back. That was a hell of an introduction. That was awesome.
What's up, Mexy?
Hello.
He's also in the desert. It's okay. It's fine. We know that.
It's hot.
It's hot. So big news, man. In the desert, land of the desert, getting a lot of winners, a lot of people playing ball and winning and scoring. Who's been winning and scoring, guys?
Suns.
The Suns.
Suns are rolling.
Right. It's rolling.
And even the Diamondbacks.
Oh.
Who are not rolling, but they actually won one.
Hey,
Nice.
man, I was there. I witnessed it.
Yeah, you went to. Do you frequent baseball games often, Mexi?
Nope.
No, nothing you do. No.
I guess I can't say I've never been to a baseball game, but I've been to several, and I don't remember any of them.
Yeah, I've only been to one, and it was fine because there was beer, and people just normally don't pay a lot of attention to the game. It's more like a hangout. It seems like
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what baseball
It's
is.
It's more like hanging out, drinking beer.
It's background noise.
But
Yeah.
yeah. And then did they do the games?
Baseball. Huh?
Yeah, and avoid the baseball, the foul balls.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a sport where they play like 100 games or something. I don't know how many games it is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of games, and if you win like 55% of your games, you're good. You're in the playoffs.
Yeah, innings are like you played that many games? Oh shoot, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a ton of games.
Okay.
It's crazy. And
Plus the games themselves are pretty long, right? It's like innings and they can go for like ever.
Yeah,
Took 3 hours long, bro.
3
I
hours?
was like,
Oh damn. So
And then
you
I
were with
wanted
your
to-
mom, that makes more sense. Okay.
my mom and my nephews and sister, and then
Okay.
like I wanted more snacks, and then they closed. They closed the snacks.
Oh
Also-
yeah. At the end of the 7th inning or something like that, they'll close them. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I was so disappointed because I was like, you know what I want? I want some pizza now because I already had pretzels, but then they were closed. Bad.
162 games. I was off.
Damn, that's a lot of games.
It's like a full-time. It's a job, man.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
They have a long season too, right?
Yeah, it's like 6 months, approximately 6 months. I'm googling now to make sure I sound
yeah, man.
smart.
Fact check it. Yeah.
I work every day and I hate my lot.
but they're actually like earning their pay. You know, they're running and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
What are you trying to insinuate? Just because I don't run?
It's I mean, it's,
Carpelton is real.
look, man, I'm no joke, man. I'm getting like wrist pain, and it's kind of making me worried.
Oh, no.
I need to go.
You don't want to be,
Yeah,
you want to be that guy with the wrist guard?
I know. And it's like, hey, what happened to you? I got injured doing what? Typing.
Workers' comp.
I know, right? But it's like, you get injured typing. It's like, dang it, man. But anyway, the Phoenix Suns, man. Why is it important that they're like in the do they win a lot or what's going on? I don't follow basketball, so Tyler, enlighten us, man, because.
I mean, they've sucked for the last couple of years.
Okay.
It's pretty bad. So, but it's the first time in the finals since I don't even remember the year, since the Steve Nash days. So it's been a long time.
Okay.
So yeah, it's big news that they're in the finals, and they have Chris Paul, who's been in the league for 16 years, and he's never been to a finals. So that's big news.
Nice. And it's the first game apparently of the finals. I don't know how many games they do before. It's like best of 5, best of 3.
It's the best of 7. Or
dang!
Yeah,
okay.
best of 7.
Okay.
So 4 to win. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Well, we'll keep you guys updated on that. Maybe we'll see. I don't know when they play, but
next game's tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Fast turnaround time. They can't be waiting around. Nice.
Yeah. It's 2 in Phoenix, and then 2 in Milwaukee, and then they go back and forth after that, I think. Something like that.
I see. Nice.
You mean they're 2 in Phoenix and then 2 in Milwaukee, and it's over?
Right? Yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Yeah,
that's what I meant. That it's over. Yeah.
Confidence.
That's what you want to hear.
And you know who else has confidence? Loki.
A man with glorious purpose.
Glorious purpose. No spoilers. All right, we're gonna.
Yeah, keep it clean. I'm behind.
We're gonna talk about Loki finale next week. Episode. Yeah, whatever the number is. Because we need somebody to catch up.
I'm sorry, I slacked.
It's all good. It's all good because it's we don't want to spoil it. It's just so good. It's at first I was like, I don't like Loki, and I was like, I love Loki. It's like, can I get some more? Because he's not a bad guy anymore. He's a man in love. Okay. He's a man in love. He's not a bad
guy. He's not a bad guy.
He's a man in love, man. All right, in love with himself. Narcissist. All right. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta take it out of my system.
Anytime I see you, I touch myself.
Okay.
Which is funny because it's true.
It's true. Yeah, anyways. Man. But instead of Loki, I have a story that I wanted to share with you guys.
Okay.
And maybe it's gross. Maybe we cut it out. Maybe it's not that great. Maybe it's like boring. But just hear me out. All right. So over here in Seattle, like you hire your trash company. It's not like part of the city like offerings. Like you call it's like a service, like getting internet. Like okay, I want you to be my trash company. But it's like a monopoly. Really? There's only one in your area, so it's fine. Like you just hire. And part of your service, you can say like, hey, I want to pay for trash. They want to pay for recycling, and I want to pay for compost, like a compost bin. And I was like, okay, let's do the right thing. Let's get a smaller trash can to force us to like use less trash, and then a compost bin, which is a normal size trash can. Like the ones in Arizona are like freaking like, I don't know, you can fit like 3 kids in it. And here the trash cans are smaller. Okay?
That's look, the example
I don't know, man. It's just massive. Okay, I come from the Southwest, so you can fit a lot of trash in those like big. Here they're smaller, and if you want to upgrade to the jumbo size, you gotta pay for it. So it's like, you know what? Let's do the right thing. Let's get a smaller one. Get some compost. Most of the stuff that we throw away is food, and it's compostable. And apparently, cardboard boxes, as long as you remove the tape and labels, you can compost those as well. So Amazon, all the crap, just throw it in the compost bin. So we normally save like the really nasty stuff for like Sunday because trash comes on Monday morning. So we had some cheese and then like some meat trimmings that were they were just gonna go into the compost bin, and we throw it out as normally we do, right? And then we put it out, and the trash comes, the recycling comes, but not the compost thing comes. So it's like now we have like a stinky compost bin in there. So it's like, okay, fine, whatever, it'll be fine. We'll just put it back in, no problem, guys. Life perseveres, okay? So on Wednesday, I opened the lid, and it's covered in maggots. Guys, have you guys seen maggots? Have you guys ever seen maggots?
Yeah.
It's just disgusting. And I was like, I just don't know what to do with my life. Like I've composted before, but I've never had maggots, right? And it was probably because it was like fatty stuff or something in there. And it's just like insane amount. I was like freaking out. I was like, am I gonna have to call an exterminator? I looked up on the internet. It's like, oh, maggots is great for compost. Like it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's like, okay, fine.
Protein.
But Yeah, but there's still
Have a snack.
maggots in my bin, right? So fine, I just don't look at it and then wait until this week, and then I open it, and then like all of the stuff is like a lot of the stuff is gone. So these things have been working at it for like days, and like the inside of the bin is clean. I don't understand it. But yeah, I took it out. The composting came. They took it out. Not all of the maggots were gone. I poured the rest onto the grass so that the birds can eat them, because the birds were like on top of the trash can because they heard the maggots. They were like, "Yep, I want food." Anyway, that's how you get maggots, guys. Put them in a bin, close the lid.
So they cleaned your trash can, and to
Yep,
repay them for their work, you fed them to the birds.
Just some of them, the ones that didn't go with the compost, the truck.
Kind of cruel, man.
It is, but this is the circle of life, you know.
You know, it cost you nothing to not share that story, but you did.
Yeah,
It's just like look, my
But
life
you
is not that
did.
exciting, and that was the most exciting thing that happened to me this week. It was just not a fun time, man. Look, I didn't describe the smell is the worst part. Okay,
It cost you nothing to share this story. To not share this story.
I also
You
smoked
did anyways.
this week, and it was very great. Oh yeah, it was 4th of July weekend. It was awesome. 3-day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. But anyway, this was still the highlight of my week. Maggots.
Well, it's only up from there. So
Yeah, and then with that, that's it, and we're done with my story. All right, now on to Aquaman, or as Maxie likes to call it, The Shape of Water.
Okay.
So we can do the roundtable now of
Okay.
Shape of Water. It's what year did this movie come out? 2016, something like that.
17.
17. It's a movie by Guillermo del Toro. No, the wrong guy. The other guy.
No,
yeah,
you're right.
that's
No,
right.
you
Yeah,
got
that's
it,
right.
you got
Yeah. Guillermo del Toro. He does like weird movies. Some of them are pretty good. This one was a good one. Anyway, roundtable. We'll start with Tyler. What's up, Tyler? Did you like it?
I liked it.
it.
I really liked
It's
it.
good.
It wasn't as weird as I thought it was going to be. Yeah. I thought it looked really strange from the preview. I heard that it was weird, and honestly, I thought it would be weirder. So I liked it. It was good.
Nice. I'll go next. I did like it. It was definitely not as weird as Pan's Labyrinth or any of the other movies that I've seen from this director. I thought it was going to be a scary movie. It was not a scary movie. There were scary parts, or like not even scary, like kind of like suspenseful parts. But there were I had a lot of favorite parts in this movie. So hopefully, I don't just like say the whole movie. But yeah, I did enjoy it. Mexi was worried that like he's like, just not to steal your spotlight, but he was saying this is a 10 out of 10. For me, it's not a 10 out of 10, but it's still pretty good. It's like a 9. I'd say 9. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'd agree.
It's
I'd
just,
give it a 9.
Yeah, it's just some things like need. I don't know. Maybe I need to know more. Maybe there's some lore. And I looked it up and I couldn't find anything. So maybe Mexi can explain them to me.
Actually, I think I'm like 9.5. Maybe even 10 for that reason,
That's
because
right.
they didn't
That's right.
explain.
That's right.
They didn't need to explain anything for me. I liked how
Talk
they
your
did.
way up.
Talk your way up. Like, oh no, 11 out of 10. It's all good. We'll give him an extra point. You know, it's like for the
I don't know if I would have changed anything. That's why.
Okay, I can see
Yeah.
that. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
See?
Like I didn't need anything more. I didn't need anything, and it didn't have too much. So I wouldn't have taken anything away. I wouldn't add anything. So maybe that is a 10. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. You know what? If we put it that way, it does sound. You're right, because everything happened. Let's let Mexi go, and then we can like dig into it. Mexi, we know what you're gonna say, but tell us anyway. Did you like it?
It's chef's kiss, man. Something where you just sit down, you watch this movie, and you're just like, you know what? That was a good movie. And then you're just happy. You're satisfied. It's like when you eat a ribeye and you're just like, it was perfect.
Tasty.
Yeah.
When you do ribeye and somebody went like Salt Bay on it, and then it's like, it's perfect.
It's just perfect. And that's what this movie was. It was just like, there wasn't overaction. There wasn't like overacting. It just had everything it needed to be in every single scene. And you're just like, wow, perfect.
Perfect. Cool.
It had details too, man.
Mhm.
Like the guy's fingers, they slowly rot.
Mhm.
It's weird, but man, if you see it in every scene, and I went back and I looked at certain scenes to make sure that they were getting darker and darker through it, and they freaking were. It's crazy.
Consistency. That's
The
what I'm saying.
detail is
It's
great.
just like everything just makes sense. It's all flows correctly. Just perfection.
I think the one thing I'll say, the ending was a little predictable,
Mhm.
but I'm not mad because it's how I wanted it to end, and it wasn't exactly how I thought it was going to end. So it was good. I like the Gil thing. I really like the Gil
Unlike
thing.
La La Land, which ended like the way I didn't want it to end, but you know what? It's fine. I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
Someday you'll get over it.
Yes. Today's
The
not the
La
day,
La
man.
Land didn't go into the pretense of this is a fantasy story, you know? Same.
They were singing, man. They were singing. Okay, that's very,
Well-
very. It's fine. Look, so
Okay.
so I guess now we can like. So I want to go a little meta. Like this, you said Tyler was saying there's a lot of like, details in the movie that were like the rotting fingers was one of them. They mentioned one thing that I thought it was pretty interesting. I had listened to it in a different podcast that cornflakes were created to stop kids from masturbating.
Yes.
I was like, oh, that's cool because it's not this guy's not just saying it; it's actually a real thing. Like I don't understand how it would happen, but some guy invented them so the kids would stop masturbating, which is like we can say that, right? We don't have to blip it out. I don't know. It's a medical term.
It's a factual scientific thing. Like somebody was out there, like, you know what will make them stop? Cornflakes.
Yeah. Okay. No, I wasn't talking about the
Didn't work.
So I was like, it did.
No,
Yeah,
just
I don't
saying.
know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that was cool. Like a cool like here's some history to get that is actually legitimately true.
That's cool. I didn't know that was true.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like the thing that people talk about in this movie, but there's other stuff in this movie. It was said in like the 1960s, 1950s, where like people
is
are
like
not
50s,
super. Yeah,
50s, 60s, because they were doing the Red Scare.
Yeah, they were the Cold War, like where the premises. I guess now. Oh yeah, that's true. So I guess now that we are digging a little bit into the movie, Maxi, do you want to give us like a small summary of like what this movie's about, or do your best?
No, I don't actually.
You don't. If you don't want to, that's fine. Look, it's a love story. It's a love story.
It's a love story between very opposite people. And I think that's all I want to give it. And then there's an antagonist that doesn't believe in their love and is also racist because he doesn't like people that are different than him.
I mean, he's like sexist, racist.
He's a lot of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to explain it because I think it gives away. If I tell you the whole plot of the movie, like summarize, it kind of detracts from the movie.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Fine. Look, it's fine. Look, if you look, that's enough. Like it's a love story. Two people or two species, and
you're saying too much.
I'm saying too much, but I'm gonna spoil it. Okay, I already said
It's fine. It's a good point. This movie is one that you should watch without listening to this.
Yeah. So if if at this point this is where you should exit because I'm going to start spoiling. All right. See you later. We'll catch you on the next one. All right. Now we're back. All right.
Okay.
So I guess we normally talk about like favorite characters. Do you guys have a favorite character in this movie? I don't know who wants to go.
Yeah,
let's open it up, man. Who did you like the most in this movie? No.
Okay.
Max is gone. Yeah. Oh.
I don't know. Did Tyler die?
No, I was talking to you. I was talking to you.
Oh, you're talking,
I was talking to you. Yeah.
Okay. My favorite character is Brewster. I think he was the greatest champ in this movie.
Brewster.
Oh man, I was like, what?
Just kidding.
He was on the air for like one scene and he ruined everything.
That was funny though. Yeah.
You had us going nuts.
Good joke though. Good joke. I like
it. You're welcome. It's kind of hard. I like the main character, Elisa, or Sally Hawkins, whatever. But I think Zelda Fuller does a really good job of being the audience in this. It's kind of like the voice of reason throughout this whole thing.
Yep.
And I think, plus, just she has the best lines in the movie, unlike Eliza Esposito.
Tuxedo, yeah.
Jokes on jokes today.
Jokes on joke. She's a mute. She cannot talk. All right, all right. I had to explain the joke. It's fine. But she did have a good line, and I'm gonna get into that once we talk about our favorite scenes. But Tyler, do you have a favorite character?
Yeah, I also really like Zelda. As soon as she came on screen, I think I messaged Mexy. Like, I really like her as an actress. She's awesome in I think in everything I've ever seen her in. So she's great, and I loved her character because she had the best. Yeah, she had the best lines. She was like comedic relief a bit. She was like her kind of guide throughout the workplace, which is where all this stuff kind of goes down.
Right.
But I also really like Giles too, because those are like the two people that kind of support her throughout her adventure. And Giles wasn't perfect. He had his flaws, and he came through in the end. So I really liked his character because he grew. He made mistakes, and then he came back around and he helped her out.
And Giles is Elisa's roommate, right?
Yeah, or neighbor, or did they actually live in the same apartment?
I think it was the same apartment.
Because she was sleeping on the couch,
building.
Right?
So yeah,
Building. Yeah,
but she slept on the couch. It was confusing. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah, and then he had access to the bathroom that she was using. So okay, fine. She was poor. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. My favorite character, I'm gonna go with the scientist. I forget the guy's name, but the Russian spy.
Hoffstetler.
Yes.
Dimitri.
Dimitri, yes, Dimitri. Yeah. Yeah, I like him for a lot of reasons, right? Because he is a spy. But he also is a man of science, right? So I think he's a man. Like, as you watch this movie, like, you realize that he's a spy. You're like, oh, scummy spy, right? And as you see, as the movie progresses, then you realize that he's a man of science. He's not a spy. Because he did whatever he had to do to preserve the specimen's life. I don't know. It gave me spoil stuff now. Aquaman's life. Okay. so he and the bad guy, the main bad guy, right? He's like torturing. Does the creature have a name in this movie? They don't give it a name, do they?
It's just the amphibious man.
Amphibian, yeah, the amphibian, yeah. So it's like. So it tortures the amphibian and then like doesn't treat it properly. It doesn't care about it. He just likes trying to do like he's just doing. It's like a man on the mission, whatever that mission is. Extract some information about this creature, and
he's kind of a dick.
Yeah, he's not nice about it. He's not nice about it. So he could just, it would do him no harm to be nice, right? But he just went out of his way to be a jerk, and he kept prodding the animal and like being not nice. So. Oh, I just call it an animal, whatever the creature is. I don't want to say it's not an animal. We don't know. So the scientist, yes, in my opinion, he's also one that enabled the outcome of the movie to go where it went. And I also like that he knew that he couldn't trust his own people. Like when the scene where they come visit him at his apartment and he has a knife ready to defend himself. So that was like. It's like you can see that he has tension from both sides. So he has like no allies, basically, right? So, yeah, it's sad that he got he did not go well, but that's what you get. Yep.
Oh well. Now that we've gone emo and stuff, any standout scenes for you guys?
Ooh.
I can keep going.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, all right, cool. So my favorite scene out of the whole thing is when Elisa gets Aquaman out. She breaks him out because they're gonna kill it, right? So she's like, I gotta save him and take him away. But she successfully does it. And the next day, they're interrogating everybody in the building. They're all the people that are working and everything. And it's Elisa and Zelda's turn. And when she's gonna leave, the guy was super rude to them. He's like, I don't know why I'm interrogating the help. And I was like, super degrading. Like it's just this guy is a scum of the earth. But she turns around and starts like signaling like bad words like "f you," and like over and over and over. And that's like, oh, that's so powerful because without a voice, she's saying something really strong. Because that's basically what everybody wants to say, but nobody can say it because that is the authority figure. So that was to me one of the most powerful and memorable scenes in the movie. I don't know about you guys, but that was pretty good to me.
Yeah, I say the two things that I liked. One was not really a scene, but it was many scenes, I guess. But I liked how true it was to the time, or how subtly true. It's kind of subtle, but it's kind of in your face. How true it was to the times, like the racist and the bigotry, and it was just kind of like in the movie because that's how the times were, and they didn't kind of dance around it or fake it. It was just kind of true. Like, I mean, that's how people were. So that's, I like that. And it also sucks, but I like that.
I like the racism in the movie.
I just liked how it was true. I liked how it was true. I liked how they didn't try to hide it. It stuck out to me. I don't know.
It pointed out the flaws of the time.
Yes.
Yeah, and
in like
they didn't make
in
them
like
look
a
good,
natural
right?
way.
Yeah.
And they kind of used it to make the bad character, the antagonist, kind of be antagonist. So, anyways, that one and the last scene, because as I said, like I was predicting the ending in that last scene. I wanted her to end up with him somehow, and you kind of know that he has this magic or whatever it is. And then the way it all went down, you know, he gets shot, and it's all dramatic, and then he gets up and he slices that guy's throat, and you're like, yeah.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna end there. Like he was just gonna shoot the amphibian, and that was it. Like I didn't expect it to come back, but maybe you guys see more movies.
I didn't know how Guillermo del Toro kind of wrote his like endings and whatnot, so I was afraid that it was gonna end on this super negative note.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes, I don't know, it's hard with me with mexy in movies, you know, because sometimes he's like, nah, you don't get the happy ending. That's easy, or whatever. Because, you know, like some happy endings are like cheesy and forced. But this one wasn't forced. It was good. I don't know.
Yeah. So I honestly thought he was gonna like just die, and that was the ending. And I was like, oh no way, man! I was like super shocked. I was like, get out of here! Why did you do this? I was so angry, but everything resolved.
And the way they did the gills on her scars, because of the whatever happened to her as a baby with her voice box or whatever, she had the 3 scars, and they used those as the gills. Oh, that was cool. Nice touch.
Yeah, and that's where I have questions, but we can jump into it a little bit after Mexi jumps to his favorite scene.
So my favorite scene starts where like the narrator starts and where the credit ends. Like, you know.
Pretty much everything in between there too. Yeah.
It's harder for me to pinpoint a specific scene that I really, really enjoyed. But if I really like, it's not a scene, but a set of scenes, I guess. When she starts talking, like starts showing up with the eggs and like kind of like becoming friends with the amphibian man. Like, to me, the heart of the movie is this love story, and it's super sappy. But I was like, because at the end of the day, like she never felt understood until she met the amphibian man, right?
Right.
And that's like when she started feeling like you start seeing her chipper, she becomes braver. Like you're talking about, like she starts flipping off the guys, and like she's super happy. She's like skipping and stuff. To me, that was just like, it's so nice to see, and it was really sappy. And I was just like, it's beautiful.
And she taught the amphibian man how to talk, right? So she was able to communicate with somebody else that couldn't communicate with anybody else. So that was their bond. They ate, and she taught him sign language, and he was able to communicate back, and the amphibian man was grateful, right?
It wasn't just speaking with the amphibian man like that way. It's speaking to each other in the same way, right? Because like Zelda could speak to her, right? But they can't communicate the same way. But the amphibian man and Elisa could speak the same. So it's kind of like we're the same kind, right? It's kind of, there's a little sweetness there. And it's kind of like, chef's kiss.
So you like the love story arc, which is the whole movie, but
and to a different extent, I like the downfall of the Strickland character, Michael Shannon's character. where like the subtle like his hand rotting is very metaphorical of his character. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
It's-
beautiful.
Yeah,
See,
they
these are
really
like all
showed
these-
it well. Because
Yeah.
like he was like a family man kind of in the beginning. You know, he comes home and his fingers are cut off or like reattached. And he's like a family man in that moment, and then he slowly kind of becomes more and more of a dick
Yeah.
as he starts like
Yeah.
dying inside.
Right, like literally dying inside.
Literally,
Yeah.
his fingers are
and you
rotting,
can see,
and he's
you can see his fingers start getting darker and darker. Like, ooh, dude, you gotta get that checked out, bro. But he doesn't.
I guess we should explain that, huh? His fingers get bit off by the amphibious man in the very beginning, or sort of the beginning.
It's off screen, but yeah, it's at the beginning.
Yeah.
And they get reattached, but probably not properly. I guess because they were preserved in a sandwich bag or something like that.
Yeah, they had mustard on. He said he was mad.
I mean, yeah, but he also earned that bite. So what do you expect?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I really like her like nonchalantness about it. She's like, here they are.
Yeah, I know, right? She was just like saw two chopped up fingers. I wouldn't have touched those. Like, hell no. Hell no. But I guess they're cleaning crap all the time, literally, because they clean the bathrooms and something Zelda said, which like because I used to work on national labs, and it's like that's where like all the PhDs that work with the government and stuff. But man, like the bathrooms sometimes, like guys, we're like, you guys are like the smartest people in the freaking country. What the hell,
said that to me too.
Yeah, it's like guys. Zelda made a comment like, "How do they get it up in the ceiling?" Like, yeah, how do you guys get it? What the hell are you guys doing? Just pee in the hole.
You ever try to go for height? Oh.
Look, man, as a kid, I'm in a national lab. You respect the place, you know.
It's shocking.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing that I mentioned to Mexy was that the propaganda that they had I don't know if you guys caught it. Propaganda that they had on the walls where they say loose lips sink ships and stuff like that, like saying like you don't talk about stuff. We had similar stuff inside the like secured areas. I don't know if I can say this. Hey, it's fine.
Really?
Yeah. So they had similar stuff like you know, like it felt almost like infomercials, but like the older style. They've probably been there forever. But stuff like that, and it's like kind of a culture of like secrecy. Yeah, which makes sense, right? You're working in a secure environment, which was also weird because there's a bunch of people. This is too many people for like an actual top secret area. I would say that would be my only like down point. There's like a lot of people. And it's supposed to be super secret, so I don't know.
Yeah, I did think that was that is, I guess, one thing. I'll save that for the. Should we go to the anything you didn't like section now?
Yeah, we kind of segued into it naturally, I guess.
Because that was like one of the few things I didn't like either. Because in the beginning it did feel kind of weird, like when they introduced the amphibian man, and then the janitorial staff is like there. It feels kind of weird. Honestly, it's not a real critique. It wasn't that bad. The movie's awesome.
Yeah, but like if it's a properly secure area, there's no way these people are roaming around the specimen or the top secret area or like cleaning like that spaceship. Like you guys would not be close to this at all. But that's just.
I mean, it's the 1950s though, so you know. It's a little different back then.
That's true. I remember talking to one of the people that have been at the labs for a long time. They said like now they have all these like health restrictions. But back in the day, if their coffee got cold, they would heat it up with a soldering iron tip. They would just put it in the. I was like, dude,
stick it in there.
Yeah, stick it in there. It's like to make your coffee hot again. It's like, dude, you're gonna get lead poisoning. But I guess that's how things were done back in the day. It's no problem.
I don't have any critiques. I mean,
really, nothing. What if you had to poke at something? What would it be, Mexy? Come on.
We know it hurts.
Did we find your kryptonite? Is this it?
It's just because, like I said, 10 out of 10 would be like unattainable for most things, and I don't think there's anything that there's just too many things that I like about this movie that I can't be like, objectively, this is. I guess the weird sex stuff, I guess, if I had to.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, could you explain to me?
Yeah.
I wasn't asking. Could you explain what the significance of the weird sex stuff? Because I was like, okay, this is probably not necessary. It's maybe like
Just
so-
normalizing, you know.
yeah, normalizing
different-
or like showing the tension of like, I don't know, man. It's hard
Yeah,
for
it's
me.
just
I
not-
just
To me, it's just normalizing, right? Like,
Yeah.
you can. I mean, I hope this doesn't sound horrible, but like, you
Just
could
say it,
change
man.
this. You could change this to be like a gay couple, an interracial couple, right? And like, if you look at how the show is, like, there's obviously like, I don't, speciesism, I guess is the word, but there's
Yeah.
obviously like discrimination, right? Like, they wanted to kill the amphibian man just because he wasn't human, right? But obviously he was smart, it had feelings, yada yada, right? So
Yeah.
like, it just kind of, it's to normalize it for you, right? Because otherwise, like, if they didn't have sex, which doesn't, they don't have to do it anyways, but it's just kind of like, okay.
yeah, but I guess it deepens the connection between the amphibian and Elisa, right? So
Mhm. Maybe that's how she gets gills, man. Fucking amphibian
Yeah,
sperm.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that because the gills were like strategic. Sorry, the scars were strategically placed next to her neck, which where you would put gills. So was she always like some kind of like creature, like the amphibian man?
So I think that's kind of left to be ambiguous because they mentioned that she was found. They don't really know where she was found from,
Yeah,
right?
just found next. Yeah, found next to the river. That's all they said. Right. That's
Right,
all
and
we
then
get.
she had some kind of accident, and then
yeah, but
box,
they didn't
right?
say. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be left ambiguous. Like, you're kind of supposed to think that maybe she was always part of the river.
Mhm. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
kind of does that too in Pan's Labyrinth. If you saw Pan's Labyrinth,
Right.
Tyler hasn't seen it, so I don't want to spoil it.
Now, I want to watch it now.
Yeah, I don't
you
remember
definitely
much of it.
should.
It's like, yeah, but you should watch it. Yeah.
There's a lot of things that happen in Pan's Labyrinth where it makes you go like, is this real? Is it not real? Kind of very ambiguous. And that's kind of his style, right? Because it's a very like fairy tale-esque kind of movie where like things happen and you just take it because in the world that they've had to set, it makes sense. Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense?
Mhm.
So I can't tell you yes, she was a river person because I don't think intentionally it's meant to be read like that. It's supposed to be ambiguous.
Right. Yeah, so that would be also again the ending. I don't know. Like, yeah, it's nice, but realistically, her skin's gonna puff up if she's always in the water. But I guess Aquaman.
Not if she's an
Yeah.
aqua person.
But she's gonna have to get some scales or something, right?
Yeah, I was kind of
She'll
thinking
look-
she would transform or something. That's where my mind was going. She would slowly
Oh,
Oh,
transform.
that would
or
have been
something.
cool. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
That's what you're led to believe, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be happily ever after. Right? Like, yes, that's why
Yeah.
you're supposed to read.
Yeah, look, it's fine. Look, we're just wondering what's gonna happen.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
You're looking
And,
at it objectively, which is yes. If
yeah.
like it doesn't make sense.
But it's a fantasy movie. There's also an Aquaman, which is also not real. So, and also
Yeah.
filling up the bathroom all the way to the top, guys. Are you
Oh,
guys not
so
always gonna say? Okay,
so
that could not
cheesy.
happen. Okay, that's not
Mhm.
even possible. But it was cool. It was definitely a cool scene. I will say that.
Yeah.
That's it's very like Titanic-esque, like the hand in the car
Yeah.
thing, underwater stuff. Hey,
Yeah. Like I said, I think it's a very nice movie. It's sweet. It's kind of like, I don't know. A lot of the scenes kind of weird for me. Just like, how they progress the plot, right? Like towards the end where they're like kind of running away, and then like she runs to Zelda because that's her only friend, right? And then Zelda's husband, which you hear about the entire movie, how he's a good for nothing, and then he turns out to be a good for nothing, right?
Yeah,
And you're kind of like, it makes sense.
Yeah, and I talked with Mexy about this scene because the scene is if the agent comes in busting into Zelda's door saying like, where is she, and Zelda's not gonna like Zelda's not gonna throw her friend under the bus, but Brewster's there on the couch sitting, and he fesses everything up. He's like, "Oh, the creature is with the mute girl." So yeah, you get confirmation, but also at the same time, they're Zelda and Brewster are both black, right? So in this time, like it's just like you see a guy that's an authority figure. You come into their house and something bad happens. He can make your like because they're black. He can just say whatever story and they're gonna believe him, right? So I guess I can see it both ways. But
I understand that completely. I'm just saying, like the foreshadowing that Zelda throws in there. She wasn't happy that she sold him out, right?
Right, of course not. But like, yeah. So, but at the same time, it's like, dude, like it wasn't gonna end well for these guys. I mean, this guy ripped off his fingers in their house, right? That's how serious this guy was. It was the most, it was pretty powerful. So, like Tyler was saying, they weren't shying away from the state of the state of like how racism and like bigotry was in that current time, and that was, I guess, a reaction to how things were. But yeah, Brewster, motherfucker. That's all I gotta say.
And it's like I said, the story has a lot of layers, right? Because there's like the love story, and there's like the speciesism, right, between the amphibian man and the guy, but also like the racism that they're in, right? Because they weren't blatant; they were very blatant about it,
Yes.
right? That they're the help, they're basically nobody kind of thing. So it's kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
There's a lot of layers to this.
Yeah, every time he would say the antagonist would talk to Zelda, he would use a word, and he's like, "Do you know what this word means?" It's like, dude, that's so like I would get angry every time he would say that because I don't know, it's just messed up. It's like, yes,
See how it invokes feelings from you. We're just like, oh,
yeah. They made him ultra bad, man. They made him ultra bad.
10 out of 10, man. It's hard to argue that it's not 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie. Like I said, it's good. It's definitely worth watching. It's definitely probably not for kids. I did not watch it with my kids around.
Oh no,
it's definitely something.
Definitely not.
It's definitely not a kids movie, even though it's a love story movie, not for kids.
I mean, the first 5 minutes, there's masturbation.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Funny. No, I can't. Like, this is like, what's going on? Fast forward.
She does the egg timer. You're like, oh my god.
How is she gonna know when her eggs are done? All right, guys. Stop getting dirty. Cool. I don't know, man. Well, that's that for this movie. Definitely one of the movies that we've been looking forward to watching. I know it's not a movie from now. It's a movie from later, but it's still good to watch.
I'm glad we did this because I've been wanting to watch it for a long time. I knew it was one of his favorite movies, but it always seemed strange to me, and I also thought it was a scary movie too. So it was good. I'm glad we
did not watch it. Yeah, I said I wouldn't have watched it. Yeah, I wouldn't have watched it otherwise. Yeah, because it just doesn't come like, oh, I want to watch this movie.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I was definitely putting it off.
I understand. That's how Guillermo Toro feels about everybody else. Why do you do this to me? He won a lot of awards, man. He won an Oscar or whatever. I don't remember what he won. He won one of the big awards, and it was like the first foreign, like Mexican director that won one.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
Dang.
So what's the next one? Pan's Labyrinth, or give me the order
of Guillermo
of Guillermo del Toro's movies. Yeah.
Pan's Labyrinth for sure. Definitely watch that. I mean, if you gotta watch it.
Pan's Labyrinth is a very similar movie, and I think you would like it. You've probably seen the other ones. Like, you've seen Blade 2, right? Or like Hellboy.
Oh, he did do Blade 2? Oh.
Yeah, Hellboy, Pacific Rim.
Oh, Hellboy? Interesting. That makes sense, actually, that he did Hellboy.
But it's not like, it's more normal. It's more normal.
Yeah. Hellboy is not on the same level.
Yeah.
No, but he has like this fantasy, whimsical style.
Yeah.
It's very, very much like that. I would say Pan's Labyrinth, but that one you're gonna have to watch it with subs. Fortunately for you.
Oh, that's right. It's in Spanish. I forgot. That's true.
That's okay. I don't mind.
But it's good. It's definitely good. I like. It's one of. It's just good. It's just weird, but it's good. It's similar to this. Yeah. It's more similar to this than to Hellboy and what did you say? The kaiju one, the fighting beast.
Pacific Rim. If you haven't seen Pacific Rim,
I've seen it. I've seen it.
I know
it's
you.
pretty
Have
good.
you seen it? Have you seen it?
Yeah, yeah, I've seen
Okay.
Pacific Rim. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are analog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Analog, nuclear. What?
Damn.
Today we reset the
Oh,
apocalypse.
Yes, one of the best speeches ever.
Very close second to the Independence Day one.
Independence Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that movie again because I haven't seen it in a while, and I remember enjoying it because I do love mechas.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Not the second
it's
one.
a
Don't
great
watch the second
movie
one.
with one of the stupidest lines and stupidest premises ever.
Stupidest premises. Excuse me.
Okay, the premise is fine. But it's just man.
I remember
But
it
it's
getting
awesome.
weird after a certain point. Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one was not necessary.
Don't watch
I'll put it
that one.
that way.
No, don't watch that one. He's not
Don't
involved
watch
with that one.
Okay, good.
Do you know
Yeah,
at one point they were planning on doing Pacific Rim versus Godzilla?
Really?
That would make sense though.
Yeah, that's what he wanted to do. That was his goal. He was like, I want to do that.
That would have been cool.
Because then the hole down to the universe, the core of the like Godzilla making the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would totally tie up, right? It's like, oh, that's where
Yeah.
they came from, eh? But I don't know. Lost opportunity.
Yeah, it's still fine.
It's all good.
But-
Still good one recommended.
And Labyrinth. You're
Pan's
gonna love
Labyrinth.
it.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll watch it and I'll report back.
cool. What you shouldn't watch is Tomorrow's War. Just saying.
We'll watch
Don't
Tomorrow's War, and I'll give like my 30-second whether it was good or not.
So do you understand why I hate time travel? And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Have you
Okay.
seen Edge of Tomorrow?
Yes, and I thought it was gonna be like it, and I don't want to say more because I don't want to spoil it.
Did you
Okay.
think Edge of Tomorrow was stupid?
I loved Age of Tomorrow, but maybe I'll
Yeah,
rewatch it and then
Nah.
hate it. But I did love
Edge
it.
of Tomorrow
yeah.
was great. Edge of Tomorrow was
Yeah.
amazing. It was
Yeah.
way better
Yeah.
of a movie than it deserved to be.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, it has Tom Cruise. He's also a good actor, but this one had Chris Pratt, and I was like, oh damn, we got another Age of Tomorrow like movie, and then it was like, and it's super long.
No.
Right? It's just, look, I'll watch it. Report, tell me, give me a 30-second what you think, because I mean, you guys are gonna watch this eventually, because it's like Amazon's like pushing the ads all over the place, so you guys are gonna see it.
Yeah, I just saw a
That's-
trailer for it like yesterday. So
Yeah, and it looks great, right?
Yeah, it
Just
actually
wait
did
till you
look-
watch the movie.
it looks
Looked like a
awesome.
fun
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, just wait until you watch it. It's just the time travel part is what breaks everything for me, and you guys will understand after you watch it.
Okay.
But anyway, we won't talk anymore about
Everything-
that.
Everything's
What?
time travel is possible with family.
Oh man, you guys, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
another movie I gotta watch to understand
Yeah.
why
Yeah,
everybody's
you guys-
memeing it.
Yeah, the memes, man. You guys gotta watch the movie. I'm out of that race. I am not gonna go see the next Fast and the Furious.
Mhm.
All right, and with that, peace.
See ya.
Later.
Thank you for listening. If you like this podcast, please give us a star, heart, or leave us a review. You can follow us on Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube at Pubstomp Podcast. That's PUBSTOMPOD cast. For more episodes, go to anchor.fm/Pubstomp. Music provided by 99 Lives. Credits are in the episode description.